Okay, Omega here. It's a late night and the mid-October right now. This is right after I got done doing the. It was the day after I did the change the front passenger CV boot on the Black Widow Galant VR4 here. You can see the Black Widow is in the air again. It's on jack stands again. Dadgummit, it can never. It seems like I'm wrenching on this car more than I'm driving it, but so we'll change that after this. So this is so if you've been following my vlog series on this car, you'll remember that we painted the I know we've been doing a lot of brake work. We painted the calipers last, and then we adjusted the height on the shocks and stuff. So yeah, and then I found out that passenger side front CV axle is leaking. I mean, it had a big hole in the the boot. So yeah, that's the last thing I did on it. So this car needs a wheel alignment badly because we adjusted the height and we took the front suspension out to get that axle in there. But so the final bit of work before I get the alignment done, that's the reason I haven't been driving it too, because we need an alignment, is to install this guy. So there it is. This is the this is a 4-bolt LSD rear end from a first gen. Apparently it's like a 92 because it says 92 on the cup there. From a 92 DSM. Probably. Well, obviously it would have to be a 92 all-wheel drive DSM. Probably came from either a Laser, a Talon, or Eclipse. That was all-wheel drive, obviously, because if you had a front-wheel drive, you wouldn't have to worry about this. So yeah. So those of you that don't know, I got this with this car. I was wondering why the owner gave this to me. Like, why would you give me an LSD differential? I'm like, did he change it or something? So this is something, and then I had found out that this is something that he had to. He was going to swap out, but he didn't get around to it. That's what I think right there. So this is here, Viscous Lsd Bravo 1 Hotel, and it has a 3.545. I'm guessing that's the pinion gear, whatever the ratio is in there. I hope the pinion is the same. I hope so. So there it is. So I got the whole. This is pretty much the whole rear end right here. It's the. Okay, so I got the differential itself, the pumpkin, and then the CV axles, both of them, and then the I don't know what these are called. These are the flanges, I guess. Flanges that mount to the bearings and stuff. So I've never done this before on a all-wheel drive Mitsubishi, so I'll tell you that now. Or all-wheel drive DSM for that matter. I have changed a diff. I have changed a solid rear diff on my Toyota Previa van. That was different. It didn't have the CV axles. Less stuff to worry about, sort of, kind of. I did change the diff on my 280Z. I had a 76 280Z and I changed the diff. Did I change the diff? No, I didn't. I took apart the diff. I took the differential out, and I put a little clutch pack thingy in there, the Phantom grip. But that's the extent to yeah. But it's pretty much the same story. It doesn't seem like it's that hard. But we'll find out. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I didn't think about that. I may have to take the exhaust out, and we can't get the exhaust out because the bolts are busted on that. We'll see. Hopefully we won't have to mess around with the exhaust. We can just take the axles out and we'll put them in. So yeah. So this is the kind of introductory vlog episode for changing the rear end on this guy. One of the reasons. So the reason we are going to change it is because this is that's a 3-bolt open LSD. No, it's a 3-bolt open differential that comes stock on the Galant VR4, And then the Eclipse came with, most of the Eclipses supposedly came with a 4-bolt LSD. And then what the bolt means is that the cups, the outer cups, are have 4 bolts on it. So you can count here, 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. Whereas the stock ones, okay, so where the stock dealie, see, it's shaped kind of like a triangle. There's 1, 2, and there's a third one underneath. Also, hold on. Yeah, it's a good thing I got the wheel chocks on there. I got it double chalked and double jacked. I didn't trust it with just 1 jack stand. I put 2. but anyway, the one way you can tell is you have a LSD is if man, it's kind of wet back there. What's going on? Is if you turn the wheel one way and the other wheel rotates the other direction. That's how you can tell if you have an open diff. So what I'm gonna do is, like, we can't tell what's going on unless the wheel's on there. Let me go put the wheel on real quick. Okay, so sorry, I put the wheels away already in the backyard, so I don't really want to get them out anymore. I'm gonna just show this with the tripod. So one way you can tell that the differential is an open diff or a LSD is if the wheels spin in opposite directions when you turn one of them. What's the word? You have an open diff. If they spin in the same direction, they're LSD. You have an LSD, or you could have like a really worn one, I guess, and it would. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spin the wheel clockwise on the other side. If this wheel spins counterclockwise, it's a LSD. If it spins clockwise, it is a open diff. So I'm gonna spin it. Okay, I'm gonna go spin the wheel clockwise on the other side. Okay, yeah, so you saw that when I turned it clockwise on the other side, this side turned clockwise also. So that would mean this is an open differential. So why would we want LSD over an open diff? Well, open diffs, LSDs give you more traction. So you, if you ever see a car do like a burnout or something, you probably wouldn't be able to do that well a burnout on this car. But if you look at a rear-wheel drive car do a burnout, you'll see that it'll leave like one strip. If it's like, you'll see one burnout mark, one strip. It'll be like on one side. If you have 2 sides, it means you have a LSD or you have a welded diff, or whatever. But yeah, so this is the stock. This is the stock LSD for this car. This is the stock differential. So there it is. And then we're going to swap this one in. So I will show you, I will give you the demonstration about the LSD. So same story. I'm going to go turn this one. I'm going to attempt to turn it clockwise, and then I'm going to attempt to turn it clockwise, and the other, if it turns counterclockwise, then that means we have a LSD. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it kind of takes a while for it to engage, but there you go. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's a viscous LSD thing, but you kind of turn it a little bit, and it turns clockwise, and then it suddenly starts turning counterclockwise. See? So that means we have a LSD here, and these axles are good. Exactly. All right, so yeah, there was my little demonstration to show you. It's kind of weird. It would go one way, and then it suddenly start going the other way. So maybe that's a viscous LSD thing. Maybe if you have a mechanical one with the clutch plates and stuff, maybe it's a little different. So yeah. So upon further inspection, these boots look okay. This one is okay, but this one feels like it's kind of dry, and starting to rot already. So I feel that I kind of want to change these boots. I will call a shop and see if there's a shop that will change these for me. I don't want to mess around with the fucking grease and all that shit, dude. It's not cool. But I mean, it's still good. It's still good. It doesn't have any holes in it or anything. I mean, if it goes bad later, then yeah, we're gonna have to drain the diff and then do the whole thing again. So but yeah, it's not that hard to change axles on this guy, because all you have to do is unbolt this and then pop these out of the housing. Yeah, so that would mean we'd have to drain it or something. Yeah. And there's a little sealing cup here. I wonder how you're supposed to pop this out. That's a good question. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see. I'll see if how much it costs to get these boots replaced. This one seems okay. It looks like maybe these boots have been replaced at some time. They look like they were purchased at the same time, for sure. I think it looks like they definitely got this at the junkyard or something. But this one, yeah, I'll tell you, this one feels smoother. It's nice and smooth. Whereas this one feels all rotted and stuff. Like this one is going to go bad soon, so I would get these ones changed. These boots may have been changed at some point if these came together. That's what I'm thinking. So I want to see if we can get this one fixed before we. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We can just shove the diff up in there. The first thing to do would probably be to drain any kind of fluid on this. That's whatever's in here right now. That way we won't make a mess if we pull the axle. I'm pretty sure that we're going to have to pull the axles out. It makes it easier. All right. Okay, also, I went and searched all over the place for this. Redline synthetic oil, heavy shockproof gear oil. So this is stuff that you would use in your differential. This is the best stuff supposedly for Mitsubishi DSM differentials. So that's what I bought. It cost $20. So it was a lot of money. So you can see why I reuse the transmission fluid. Is because this shit is expensive. The good stuff is expensive, and you want the good stuff. You don't change it that often though. So yeah, I don't know what's in that diff right now. So we're not gonna, not gonna play around with it. Basically, there should be a drain hole on the bottom. I can't see it. There should be a drain plug on the bottom. Yeah, there it is. So you can see right there's a drain plug on the other diff. This one says Viscous on it too. 17 Viscous is what it says on it. This one looks like it's in way worse shape. I don't know why the components on this car are really bad shape, like the exhaust. Alright, anyway, yeah, so there it is. There's the drain plug. So we will we'll drain it, and then we'll figure out what to go from there. So I thought I could do this in a day, but I don't know. After I looked at that axle with the dry boot, I kind of want to get the boot changed on that one. So I wouldn't mind that, or I can just buy another axle. So we'll see how much. We'll see if we can find one. All right. But the good thing also. So another good thing about this upgrade is this is from an Eclipse. There are way more all-wheel drive Eclipses than there were Mitsubishi Galant VR4s. So if your axle goes bad, you buy an axle for an Eclipse. And I think I looked for a rear axle for this car and I couldn't find one. So you'd have to get yours like rebuilt or something if you wanted to keep the stock axles. You might be able to find one somewhere, but I did look on like AutoZone or something. You can find Eclipse axles, so they're not that hard to find. So that's another reason, a good reason to upgrade to the 4-bolt. And it's stronger. I don't know what breaks. Maybe when we take that differential out, we'll go measure the differences between the axles and stuff. But supposedly the axles are stronger on the 4-bolt LSD. Obviously you got an extra bolt holding it, so that's probably one thing that makes it stronger right there. and maybe just, you know, the differential itself is stronger. And obviously, yeah, it's a LSD, so it's a win, dude. It's a win-win with if you install this guy. There's no doubt about it that this is a superior differential to the one that's in the Galant right now. I believe all USDM Galants came with open diffs. There's probably some ones in overseas, you know, in Japan or something. They have like LSDs maybe, but not this. I think they have some like fancy electronic diffs or something for some of the Galants over there too. So we get shafted here in the USA. So once again. So alright, so that's my introductory vlog. I will see what we can do about these axles. Maybe we'll just buy a new set of axles. But then, yeah, I would have more stuff lying around. Or I could just say fuck it and we'll just use that, and then when it goes bad, we'll just put a new one. It's no big deal, dude. But it does make a big mess when the boots tear, and I don't like it. so I would say, just, you know, as a precautionary measure, to at least change the boots on this right axle. Alright, so that is the introductory vlog for the Black Widow Galant VR4 rear end swap. Look forward to the next episode. Alright, he's gonna go.